Every businessman down in Trump Tower liked Christmas a lot. But Stan Linch did not. The Linch hated Christmas the whole season. Now don't get me wrong, he had a good reason. Their boss had his own twisted tradition, Trumpmas it was named, where they were forced to worship him with little to no pay.
And they're hanging themselves,
He said with a sneer.
Tomorrow is Christmas. It's already here.
He stood there, nervously grinning.
There must be some way to keep Trump from winning.
The more the Linch thought about this whole Christmas sting.
I must stop this whole f***ing thing. For 5 years I put up with this now. I must stop Trump's game. But how?
Then he got an idea. An awful, wonderful idea.
Come on, Shax. I know just what to do.
You crazy kids!
Finally done, even if it did take all day.
The Lynch's construction was complete. A mockery of Santa's sleigh.
With this, I'll steal Christmas from Trump right out of the sky. Now enough talk. Let's see if this thing can fly. Yeah, how about we just order a sleigh off of eBay?
The office was dark. Nobody knew he was there. All the residents were away when the Linch came to the first office on the square.
This is step number 1.
Old Stan hissed, noxious canisters of gas clenched in his fists.
Hey, what the?
After waiting out the gloom, then he stuck his head in the dark storage room. Hey! Hey, did you hear something?
What? Hey!
Sure, this will bring pain, but what's the point of robbing if there's nothing to gain?
Then he snuck to the main hall, where he saw all the presents slumped to the wall. Then he stuffed up all the presents with glee, the second step to his crime spree. As the old Linch stuffed up the toys, he turned as he heard a small noise.
Oh, hey, Stan. What are you doing?
It was little Bob Stew, who was no more than 32. He glared at the Linch and said,
Hey, did you get the night shift or something?
"But you know that old Linch. He was so smart and so..."
Well, you see... Why are you sweating so much? Well, I can't really... Why do you have a sack behind your back? You see, Why does it look like you're committing a felony?
The Linch was caught in a snare. He lost his cool and hit Bob with an antique wedding chair. And when Bob was passed out on the floor, the Linch shoveled up the rest of the gifts and ran for the door. It was 12:15, all the businessmen still abed, all the security still a snooze, when he drove up to his hideout, stuffed up with all of Trump's gifts. He was evilly humming.
Wait until Trump finds out Christmas isn't coming. He's just waking up. I know what he'll do. His blood pressure will rise and he'll want to snort glue. Then Trump will cry, boo-hoo. That's a noise I simply cannot miss.
He put his hand to his ear.
Don't you!
Every employee down at Trump Tower, the tall and the small, were being murdered for no reason at all. And the Linch idled in the cold winter air.
I shouldn't have hit Bob with that antique wedding chair. It's coming with body bags. It's coming with blood. It's coming with tears and stabs.
He thought until his thinker was sore. Then the Linch thought of something he'd pondered before. Trump wasn't defeated, he thought. If there is so much gore, somebody's life, perhaps, means a little bit more. But then his little old shacks froze the Linch dead in his tracks.
What are you doing?
The Linch cried. Who was Shax aligned with? Why, it was the FBI.
So you're a traitor, Shax. I should have known you were nothing more than a hater.
And now that his mission felt quite right, he whizzed with determination through the violent gunfight. Jumped up from the railing with one thought in his mind, to hear Trump wailing.
No way, don't shoot.
Trump's a killer.
Old beaten Stan cried.
Gaze upon all the people who've died.
His eyes grew wide. He turned to see Trump doing nothing more than straightening his tie.
I'll never forget this. I know what you did. Jax, old friend, you saw all who bled, and the bodies amongst the dead, right? Hey, how did you guys even get here before?
Trump was the real sly trickster. He made himself appear as nothing more than a simple hipster. A fate awaits old Stan that's too harsh to describe. His boss would make it so, no matter how many he'd have to bribe. He found out the Linch was the mastermind. Sure, he got back his presents, but Trump couldn't leave all this behind. All those at Trump Tower must now remain steadfast. There is no telling which Christmas shall be their last.